Hello?
Let's talk with Blessing.
Hi guys, let's talk random things about Nigeria. And concerning my last upload, I promise you I am in a much better place. Sorry for using my podcast to rant. Not rant, to cry rather, because that was more of crying than ranting. Anyways, guys, today, let's talk random things about Nigeria. Right? Nigeria is an amazing country. Amazing country. Nigeria is an amazing country. It's a great country, right? We are literally the giant of Nigeria. We are the giant of Africa. I'm sorry. Pardon me. We are the giant of Africa, right? But you know, Nigeria, um, in fact, despite being a great country, Nigeria is so run down that corruption is at the very root of our society. Like, corruption is not just at the the political level. Is that the best way to put it? Like corruption is not just for those at the top, right? Corruption even boils down to the very root of our society, the grassroots. Your local farmer, your local petty trader, your local market woman, right? Corruption is Nigeria is wonderful, for real. I'm even surprised that we are like not the most corrupt nation in the world, because the amount of corruption that goes on, like, we blame our leaders, we say our leaders are corrupt, but we forget that these leaders are, before they became leaders, were also people like us, right? They were just, grassroots, right? And we forget that we too have things we do that can be seen as corrupt. If a lot of people, a lot of us that are complaining that the government is corrupt, are put in those positions, we might even do worse than they are currently doing. So corruption is not just at that level. Corruption is also at the grassroots level. Like, every level, every single level, even your local beggar has corruption inside of them. I mean, take for instance, this dollar stuff that just happened, the dollar increase, right? The dollar increased and it has come down a bit, right? But none of the prices that went up with the dollar came down, right? And these are not even products that are being imported. That's the worst part. These are not even products that are being imported. Like, take for example, mango. I know how much 1,000 naira could get you when it comes to mangoes, as far back as 2000 and maybe 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. I know how much 1,000 naira mango can get you, even 2017. I know how much even 200 naira mango could get you, right? But the dollar increased, and you're telling me in the market that the dollar affected the mango you plucked at your backyard. Like, there is this place I know, like, you are literally selling the mango under the mango tree you are plucking it from, and then you are telling me how? Like, that's enough evidence, right? That this corruption is at the grassroots level. All right, let's take for instance pure water, right? The manufacturers of this pure water are in Nigeria, right? Most of the materials used are being made here in Nigeria. And then, I understand. Let me tell you something. People that actually sell, not the producers, not the manufacturers, rather, people that sell, that's our retailers, or they even make more money. They even make more money than the manufacturers, because the manufacturers might be selling to them at the rate of 300 and they are selling the bag 500. And then in most places, a sachet of pure water is 50 naira. So which means they are making like a full 1,000 more from a bag of pure water that is being sold for 500, and they are also making like 150 or 250 more from the bag of pure water they are selling, right? And okay, let's go to eggs. Right? I can understand maybe because of the feed, you have to get the feed. I can understand for eggs, but sometimes we need to understand that most of these things are Nigerian made. I know that in the Buhari regime, importation was some kind of like halted. So most things here in Nigeria are Nigerian made. So tell me why what is being made in Nigeria is being affected by the dollar. I understand if you say manufacturing items, things you need to import, but most of those things are not being imported. They are being made at your backyard. So tell me why you can't be honest, because you see the dollar rising, you feel like, oh, I need to do this, I need to do that. That's corruption. So why are you blaming the government for doing this, for making things to rise, when you know you are responsible for that hike in the price that you have put? You're the one who put the prices, not the government. The government did not come to your shop and tell you this is how you will sell this. No. $1 to a naira, you have to find a way to in fact, ikagolam. My dear, you see, the Bible did not lie about good leadership. I mean, take for instance, Abia State. Abia State, people in the house say, hi. I mean, take for instance, Abia State. Abia State is really booming. I mean, if you compare Abia State now to the Abia State then, like, I mean, we were ashamed of our state. Like, Abia State was, like, if you say you're from, they'll be like, from where? Like, where is that? Like, we were like, Abia State was insignificant, and that was because of the bad leadership we had. But seeing the current leadership, I'm telling you, a lot of people, okay, I was in the bus the other day and smooth, like, they did not know we had this amount of money in Abia State to do the things that are being done now. Right? And that's to show that money enters. But each time you ask the previous government, they tell you this, they tell you that, no money that, no money this, and there were a lot of debts, and a lot of infrastructure that it took 8 years, 8 freaking years to build a flyover, because that's not a bridge. That is not a bridge, guys. That's not a bridge. That's a flyover. I don't care what you want to say. It's flyover. It's not a bridge, right? And it took 8 years to do that. Meanwhile, in Port Harcourt then, I think in less than how many years, they had already completed 3. So that's to show you that good leadership is very important. Good leadership, people, when it comes to the election periods, people are all tribalistic and all what's not, and it's mostly other tribes, right? Trying to say that, I don't know, like, I've asked someone this question before. Why do other tribes feel threatened by Igbo? Because to the best of my knowledge, the Igbo tribe is actually the smallest in Nigeria. So how much harm can a small group of people cause to you, a large number of people? Like, you have no reason to be that afraid, right? And then you think that you're trying to take over, do this, do that, when these people are just trying to bring change. And the worst part is when you decide to be tribalistic and bring in your man, you are the ones that actually get to face the full brunt of their of the bad leadership, right? Because I think the other time they said they wanted to go for protest, and the people were like, nah, you're not doing that, because it's not them that voted whoever they voted. Right? You can't tell us to come and protest when we had no hand in whatever you did. You went ahead to do what you want to do, put in your man, and now you're looking for who will back you up in the protest to say, oh, the government is bad, this, that. No, you don't do that. Suffer the consequences of your actions. It's that simple. And the worst part is they will not still learn. People do not learn from their mistakes. That's just the one thing you have to understand. People don't learn from their mistakes. They will still go back again and still do the same thing because of what? Because of what? It does not make sense, right? It does not make sense. And right, that good leadership. When the Bible say pray for your leaders, have good leaders. Righteousness is also a nation, but you get, so like good leadership is important. The sooner we learn, it's more about what the person can do and not about where the person is from, the better for us. I'm telling you the honest truth, the better for us. And well, I'm not from other tribes. I don't know how you all feel, but that's by the way. Anyways, please forgive me, guys. Aside from all this katakata in Nigeria, us being separate, saying Igbos, Yorubas, Hausas, this, Efik, that, Ijos, and being all, I'm from here, this is my people. Nigerians are divided, right? Nigerians are not united. But you see, the one time you will find Nigerians united, the only time you will find Nigerians united is when they want to banter another country. Don't play with my country. Like, Nigerians normally don't come together, right? We beef ourselves, we beef our tribes, rubbish. But when it comes to beefing a different country, like, or another soul that decides to banter the country, oh my goodness. I'm telling you, this is unity at its peak. Unity at its peak. Like, Nigeria is so united that even you begin to want, is this really Nigeria coming? We have so many instances of when Nigerians have come. I mean, check out the last AFCON. Like, I mean, other countries were literally against us, and despite the fact that we didn't get the final, like we didn't become the finalists, right? Just Nigerians did not take, like, other people, they were just saying thank God we did not win because the kind of banter they would have gotten, but that's just them. They were lucky. And despite that, they could not even still find a way to, like, really, really banter us. The only banter that has ever gotten to Nigerians was just, that banter of see your president. Finish. And, it didn't take time for us to still rebanter them. I mean, I think some days ago, the lights went off at the Ghana Stadium, and oh my God, you need to see Nigerians. Like, I thought you guys said there is light 24/7. What happened in the stadium? Like, it was so funny to actually see, right? Like, Nigerians just bond over the pettiest things. Like, you can't just play with. We know that this country is a useless country. Don't remind us. We not beg you. You're not living in the country. You have no right to tell us what don't. Right? And Nigeria is an amazing country. The people in the country are amazing as well. Beautiful, beautiful, amazing people that God has created. And because of our ability to survive in this country, because we always make a joke out of everything, right? We make a joke out of our suffering, we make a joke out of our wins, we make a joke out of literally every single thing in Nigeria. And because of that ability to survive, our leaders don't really think that we are really suffering, and instead they find more means to make us suffer more. You can't tell me otherwise. I'm pretty sure they sit down somewhere and they devise means on how we get to suffer more than we are suffering right now, because like you can you can't tell me that. But yeah, personally, I think we really need to be recolonized. Like Nigeria, they can leave Igbo people out of it, but like Nigeria, because we make foolish decisions. We are in a lot of debt. We do things based off of sentiment instead of looking at the bigger picture. Instead of thinking about our welfare, we think about, oh, this person is from my state. He's from your state doesn't mean he's going to work for you. That's what you need to know. And maybe if they recolonize us, maybe we can have sense. But personally, I don't wish for us to be recolonized, because if you've ever read the colonial era, like if you've read anything about the colonial era, you find out that while things were really centralized, and powers were, while things were okay, it was not really the best, because citizens were being oppressed in a way. Not just oppressed, but they were being exploited, right? And colonization brings about exploitation, and exploitation is the last thing we need right now. But that sense of discipline, arrangement, centralization, unity, we need it. We need it. I mean, America is a place where different people from different countries, different tribes live in, but you don't see them experience the amount of rubbish we experience here in this country. It's bad. It's bad. But well, things will get better eventually, and till it gets better, I'll don't mind me, guys. I'll see you guys later. Not till things get better. We are still here. Through thick and thin. We move. We move. We move. Let's go again. I don't know where we are going, but we go again today. See you guys. See you guys, and have a wonderful evening. And see you guys next time. Bye. Love y'all.